question we're regularly asked is, what's the best induction for therapy? Well, the answer is there's more than one best induction for therapy. A lot of this depends on your client's expectations. If they come into the therapy room expecting a very lengthy relaxation induction and you give them a very quick rapid, then you're not going to be meeting that expectation. And it's often easier, at least initially, to go with the client's expectations than to have to move them into another direction at the start of your work with them. I start with a very simple question to my clients. How do you expect to go into hypnosis? And their answer will give me all the information that I need to be able to choose the right induction for them. So a short answer to this question might be, what is the best induction for therapy? It's the best induction for that client and the situation. Let me explain in some more detail. There's some common types or categories of induction and very many different variations of these. One of the most popular categories or groups of inductions is that of progressive relaxation. A progressive relaxation is, as the name says, a progressive relaxation. So it relaxes progressively each body area or part, working up or down the body. Generally, we suggest that you start at the feet and you give suggestions for relaxing from the feet all the way up to the head. Some people even add in then relaxing the mind. And this type of induction is really good for people that are new to hypnotherapy. Also, if somebody's stressed and they just want some time out to really relax and let go. A progressive relaxation can be very, very beneficial. It's great for a client that comes in and expects you to be talking to them in a very slow, gentle way. It's also very, very useful if you have, say, just 20 minutes to do some relaxation with a client. You can use your progressive relaxation as part of the overall therapeutic effect. This might be just working with the imagination, getting them to imagine the areas relaxing, or even the more early traditional version of tensing and then relaxing. However you do this, there are many, many different variations of it. Another type of induction that's very popular is that of a rapid induction. Rapid inductions are great for people that have time constraints. Now, it might be that you're working with an athlete and you want to put them in and out of hypnosis several times whilst you're working on something in particular. If you spend 20 minutes each time with a lengthy progressive relaxation, you'll very quickly use up all of your session time. So a rapid induction can be very, very helpful where there are time constraints. Also, rapid inductions can meet people's expectations where they expect you to click your fingers and they go into hypnosis. Now, if you're hypnotizing them for the first time, it may not necessarily be quite that quick, but it can certainly be a lot quicker than a progressive relaxation. Surprisingly or not, rapid inductions are also very, very useful if somebody's in a lot of pain or in an emergency situation where you need to break through one state, such as pain or high anxiety, and help them transition quickly into a hypnotic state. Another big category of inductions is that of confusion. I love confusion inductions because they allow me to be creative. They're great for analytical people, but they're also really interesting. Say you've seen a client 3 or 4 times and they're starting to anticipate what you're going to do with them. Give them a good confusion induction, perhaps with different elements all working together. And that can really re-energize their interest in being induced into hypnosis. It may be, of course, that your client doesn't want to close their eyes straight away. They might be highly anxious. There might be another reason why you want to keep their eyes open at the start. How can you achieve this? An eye fixation induction. Now, I'm sure you will encounter this at some point. I know I certainly have. A client may come in and say, but but where's your swinging watch? Or, I'm expecting you to dangle something for me to follow. And eye fixation induction has been around a very long while, and it certainly meets some clients' expectations of what hypnosis will be like. It may be that you have a convenient pocket watch to hand. It might be that you want them to focus in the distance, perhaps at the corner of a room or an interesting point on the ceiling, and give them suggestions for their eyes to become heavy and tired and then close in their own time. And this could be a very gentle introduction into hypnosis. The final type of induction is a really effective way of working with somebody. And that there's two ways of doing this. If you're working with somebody who's experienced hypnosis before, you can ask them to think about the last time they went into hypnosis and to tell you the story of how they went into hypnosis, what they heard, what they saw, what they felt. Because by re-accessing that memory, by them telling you that story, they put themselves back into that hypnotic state. However, storytelling doesn't stop with the client. You can also tell them a story. You can tell them a story about how somebody else was sitting in that chair. And as they sat in that chair, they started to notice their eyes were getting a little bit heavy as their breathing slowed and they let go of tension. And before they even knew it, their eyes were just drifting closed as they allowed themselves to relax into that wonderful hypnotic state. And for those of you whose eyes did close, you can open your eyes again now, fully wide awake and alert. These are just some of our best inductions for therapy. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And do check out our other videos on our HypnoTC channel. Thank you for watching.